Alright everybody, today I'm going to teach you how to draw Venom from Spider-Man. Spider-Man, where you at, the Spider-Man? So I'm really excited about this. Venom's awesome. I'm a little tired today. I don't know why, maybe the weather or something. I'm going to teach you how to do it, and if you haven't yet, please check out my channel, The Drawing Zone. I just put a whole new background. I got everything. It looks really cool so far. And before I get started, I always give tips in my videos. And for this one, I want to give two really major tips that I thought about. And the first one is, whenever you're drawing, don't worry. Don't worry about your work looking professional. Don't worry about it looking like, these amazing artists out there. Just draw to enjoy it, and just draw to learn and to improve and do what you like to draw. Because a lot of times that's something I get in a rut about, is because I want to let everybody know I am not a professional, and I am teaching everyone based on my own level of drawing and based on the way I draw. That's a big thing I want to remind everybody. I went to art school and I graduated with a BA in art, so I know the basics, but I'm no way a professional, so I'm teaching you how to draw. But that's a big tip. Don't worry if you don't have these finished quality things. Just draw, sketch, do it to enjoy it, and that's why I love drawing. It's just fun. And the second really huge tip is, and this is big, try different papers, try different media. Don't just use pencil. Try paint and try ink brush, because you'll be shocked. It's like doing anything in life. You may just have a talent for using ink pens instead of pencil, and it may just click with you. So try different things and don't get discouraged. Those are huge tips. So let's draw Venom! Time to roll my sleeves up. So with Venom, the thing with Venom, I'm going to draw a side kind of profile and just part of the body. I want to get the profile in and part of the symbol in. I want to get most of that. So when it comes to drawing Venom, the big trick is the top of the head is very small. The majority of the head is the mouth. So what I'm doing here is I'm drawing the top part, and he looks sick, man. Venom is sick. So the top part is like this. I'm just lightly sketching. I'm using a 4H pencil. And another kind of tip that I didn't mention is get inspired too before you do a drawing. And the top is almost like a fish. The lip curves up. But like I was saying, get inspired before you draw. What I did before starting Venom is I looked at images, and I looked up videos on YouTube of other people drawing them, and I found other absolutely amazing artists drawing him, and it really inspired me a lot. It really helped. So right now I'm just sketching out the basic forms. I don't want to spend too much time, but yeah, I looked at other artists, and it just absolutely inspired me, and that's something I want to do. I'm going to start doing, I think I've been using the mechanical pencil too much, so I'm going to start to try and use more of the pencils like these and sketch it, because some of the other artists and people I saw, they use more of these type of pencils, and it comes out sketchy. I want to try to make my works look more sketchier and look a little not so finished. I want to add more design like that is what I'm getting at. But crucial to get the mouth in big, and we'll put the teeth. Then for the body, I'm just sketching in the rib cage, and the spider icon will be right here. I'll make this arm in the background. I'm just sketching in the shapes. And the leg here. But all I'm doing now is just sketching in the forms. Now I'll try to get the arms in. I think I'm just going to leave the arms and things kind of sketchy. And real quick, I'm going to lower the head just a little from where we started. Because the head, so it doesn't look, weird, you have a majority of the back here, and the head is going to not come any higher than the back, just barely. So that's a big thing, thank goodness I changed early on. Just make that lip come up. It looks really weird without the eye. I'm just going to lightly sketch the eye in. Don't make the lip come up too much. There we go, that looks better. Just sketching. And so for the teeth, you got the major forms in. Here's the hand and here's the other hand. I'll just sketch that in. So let's get the face. I want to start with the face because that's important. Right now the face doesn't look like much. I'm going to take a 4B pencil. I'm just going to come in, and I want this to look sketchy. I want this not to look finished as much as I want it to look sketchy. So I'm going to come in here, make this lip curve up, and bring it all the way in. And for the eye, usually the eye is like, there's a lot of different ways you can do it, but a good way is, it looks very kind of curved. It's got these lots of jagged lines to it. Then all this will be shaded in around it. I'm just getting the head shape in. Then the lips will come in. For the first lip, make these little lines, like the saliva and the venom dripping off. Because that's what's awesome, is when you get the venom. I love drawing Venom Man. Then you want to make sure you make lots of sharp teeth. And what's really creepy is drawing different size teeth, make them sticking out more, and that makes it look really like right there. And make sure you have that tip of the lip just coming upward. Oh, that looks like Venom! Yeah, Venom! Spider Venom! I'm gonna get that Venom Spider. Then of course, the anatomy you can learn. But like I said, I want to make this sketchy. I don't want it to look final. And that's something I think I need to do in a lot more of my videos. And if you can leave me feedback on that, I want to start making, because I was inspired. Like I said, I looked online and I found other artists, and one of the big artists, which is huge on YouTube, he does a more sketchy style. And that's something I learned from today, is not worrying about fine finished lines, but more teaching you how to get forms in and keeping it sketchy. That's something like I said, I need to work on. Then just coming in, marks on the jaw. And then for the bottom lip, right here. And make a couple more little lines. And you can make like saliva coming out, little lines, and we'll draw his tongue in. But for the bottom, same thing, rows and rows of teeth. And you'll have that's the side view, you won't really see too much of the teeth there. And then for the tongue, lightly coming with the 4H. And usually the tongue comes upward. You can make it, that's what's fun about drawing the tongue, you can really make it crazy. I'm just going to make it like that. And for the rest, under here, the rest is a lot of, I'm going to switch to a 2B pencil, make it a little, around the eye I'm going to make it darker, put a little circle mark up here. But then switch it to the 2B, come in, just shade all around there. Like I said, I'm making lots of hatches, lots of lines. I want it to look very dynamic. And that's the basic head shape right now. It looks like a monster. And for the rest, you know, it's really knowing the anatomy. Just shading in these different lines. I just come in and shade in these lines around the deltoid muscle, the bicep in here. Let's switch back to the 4H pencil. Now let's get you can see this is the rib cage. And this is the front part. Let's get the spider symbol sketched in because that's important. The spider symbol kind of has a, it's like, let's sketch it in first. It would start about right here under the neck. Here's where the collarbone would be on this side. I'm going to lower this just a little. I'm going to make the body bigger so it looks, so this will be halfway on the chest. And down here would be the rest of the body, the legs. But for the symbol, start with the little line going like this, and it's a spider symbol, but it's a lot different from spider. You got two arching lines, and the head of it is almost this oval shape, almost like an ant head, but then the rest of it comes down. And just arches. Remember, this is at an angle, so it's going to change the perspective a little. And then comes down at these two little lines here. And the rest, each line comes up and dips down and comes back up again higher. It's got these spider legs. I'm just using a light pencil to lightly sketch it in. And do that for each of the lines. Then behind here, and for the rest, let's do some more of the anatomy. Let's finish it up. So the collarbone, then under it you want to make lots of lines going at an angle to show the neck muscles. Now he's going to have lots and lots of the neck muscles. And like I said again, this is a sketch, you know. If I really want to finish it, I'd shade everything. But just make it lots of lines coming in here. Now let's get to the spider, the main form. And here, take your, I'm using 4B. Just come in and first mark those lines you made and just really darken it so the white will stand out. I'm just going back in. Just making that part stand out more. So for the back here, so just whatever you did. Just like that. Come in and shade in those negative spaces. And finally the bottom one. So now you have the spider form on him. Then basically, you know, the rest would be the anatomy. He'd have muscles here. I'm just going back and shade it in just to give you the form. I'm not gonna fine sketch it or finish sketch. I just want to show you the form. So you have that basic form, and then the leg muscle, which will look something like this coming out. And for the arm, your elbow, I'm going to do this quick. I want the muscles to look sketchy. I don't want to spend a lot of time shading it because I'll probably go back and finish it. But, you know, just know your basic anatomy from the other lessons. That might help a little. So just bring all these muscles in. And really make dark on the areas. So, you know, Venom is all about real dark colors. And then you got these huge sharp fingers. So that would be the thumb. Then the rest. The rest of the fingers would all have these markings on it. I'm making it very loose, very gesture-like. I'm mainly trying to capture the image of Venom without putting too much detail in. That's what's fun about drawing. You know, sometimes you just want to do things a little different. You don't always want to have something look the same. Now I'm going to come in real quick with the blending stump. Just blend it in to give it a little, that shadow, that way it's not white. And like I said, this is a fairly quick drawing. This is just, I love drawing Venom because Venom's fun to draw because, you know, he's fun to draw because of the dark colors, the anatomy, the shading. And coming in, I'm just going to come back, shade all this in with the blending stump. I want it to be very sketchy, this one. And then the other one in the background, real quick, I'll just sketch this arm. And so this arm's in the back, it's going to come in. And just the muscles in the back. I'm going to draw this very loose. Same thing with the hand. I'm not sketching it to look finished. I just want to get the other hand in real quick. I only have like 4 minutes, so I'm going to do one final thing. I'm really happy, it's fun just doing this. Not worrying too much and just concerning more with the value and the shade and the messiness of the character. And of course the tongue real quick, I want to put the tongue in. The tongue will come out, make a couple lines below it. And jut out. Like the little saliva we made before. You can put some little detail on the teeth and just come in, make little lines on the tongue. I wanted to make this very messy, and I hope it looks like that, because you know it's fun. And then last but not least, real quick, just to finish up, rotate your paper. You know, Venom's usually got lots of, you know, those forms coming off. So you probably just make a couple of shapes, different degrees, and I had a blast. This is so fun! I love doing this! I had a blast drawing Venom because it was the first time I just got to really cut loose and just not concern myself with details and instead work and just worry more about the overall form. But just make this messy. You know, you want it to maybe... Oh, he's got like the tentacle looking things coming out. Lots of little specks. I'm just going to come in with the blending stump. And basically, you know, that's Venom right there. Just finish up. Finish up if you want the legs. I'm just coming back in and putting a little bit of value in just to define the legs. But really, going back to my point in the beginning, this is the first time I said I'm not going to worry and concern myself with details or a finished product, but I'm going to concern myself with having fun with it, with making forms, using the anatomy, the muscles that I know from memory, and just loosely going in with this shade. And I had a really good time. This was great. I'm glad I did this a little different. I'm just going back and a little more detail to the hand, just maybe make it pop out a little more. And some more shadow back here. A little more shadow in certain areas. And like I said, drawing is all about figuring out when you're done or when you feel like something's finished. And but like I was saying before in the beginning again, you know, don't worry about being professional. You want to do your own drawing. You want to have your own style, and that's what's fun about drawing like this, because I'm not concerned with trying to be professional. I'm just concerned with making something that looks cool, with you know, just doing something unique that nobody else has drawn, regardless of how it looks. All you can ask for is that your finished drawing has value, that it follows the principles of art, you know, has value, has forms. You know, all I'm asking for is that someone looks at it and they can tell it's a character, or who it is, or a basic image. I mean, that's what makes it fun. And of course, one little thing which is important, Venom has the white here. So I'm just going to go back, make a little white patch, because he's got that white thing that the web shoots out. That's very important. That captures Venom. So I'm just coming in and erasing this little area. And this will really make it pop out by erasing it. I'm coming with the 4B. I'm just putting that in. Lightly sketching it. Then going in and putting the knuckle lines. And a little white here. Let me zoom out. And there's the finished drawing. And that's, I don't know why the camera, and that's how you draw Venom in my own kind of style. So thanks everyone for checking out. Check out my channel, The Drawing Zone, lots of other videos, and thanks everybody.